Okay, a really big confession is going on for my channel. Okay, first off, the 2 versus 8 that went viral in the movie, 8 being Mandela. What happened was, I was playing basketball like I normally do, at Lake Elizabeth with my uncle, so what I did was I tried to find a porta potty, right? And it took me a while, but I passed, the original, area for the porta potty, and what happened was, I found an extra park that looked like it was Arabian. And the park had a part, like what happened was, there was this big crystal ball that looked like, Aladdin. It looked like a skate park. I grew up in Fremont, and I could be at Mandela. What I did was I walked, all the way down because there's this thing that went all the way up. You know how I said duh 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 with all the rappers? I watched all the slice of life anime like Snoop Dogg, how I became a new version of Tony Hawk. I ran up literally the opening like the ladder from Luffy, the One Piece opening We Are. I flew up in the air and said Mootrix, literally the mainstream rapper, mid-tier and fabulous. That was my way of accessing my, quarantine. That was my way of ending it, saying, after 5 years, 4 years of trying, this is what I'm gonna do. So anyway, the main topic of this video was recognizing, why that Arabian thing was why she whooped my ass all the way through. I kept on thinking about Lily in the pool when I was younger, Lily, how she whooped my ass because I didn't want to eat the pizza with oregano. It was a cheese pizza. That's one of them. The cereal box is second of them. And third of all, the great joke of my childhood, I'm a Crip. I had to do all that, take all those beings in order to make her character. I'm like, damn, I didn't think it was literal. She whooped my ass so much, literally, it was in the Bible. But I'm like, you know what? Like I said earlier, all I have to say is butter at this point. Guess what happened? Literally, I'm American, I recognized something. I kept on reading, and I kept on, reading, fast through to a point where I'm on my eloquent. I think about the days where I used to get that black-eyed girl in high school, and I'm all like, stop, thinking about a girl, stop doing it for a girl, because reading, where I kept on reading, it made me recognize it was just one thing. If you continue your argument that all those analyzations and stuff like that came with no air, is the exact same reason why I called out Lily, you being a colonizer, you not letting me see my anime. But anyway, what let me, figure out is that she had, our best friend with freckles, right? And slowly I got to, know her and think about Anthony's mother, Lily, because she looked like Mickey Mouse. And this one was ugly, but, fine girls, end up ugly in the future. Happened was I told these people it's an actual principle, Lily. It's a crime. Stop getting our girls, Lily. Because what happened was, Lily, when I played hard again, we did a little time travel thing, Lily, with the fucking bottle capsules from Sly Cooper. She said that you were close to getting her, and she pushed the fact that I was being a pervert. She said stay away from her. Lily, it's true. It's completely true, and I recognize, Lily, stop getting our girl. Our girls, just a girl is what happened when I kept reading. The losers of grandeur, Lily, has been thing that's been in the mirage set of everybody in the company. It's something that, has been running on in my head as an adult. It lands on something like that when I'm watching a movie, and it pisses me off. All is fair, none. The truth behind this video is really, really gonna get mad, so just wait. What this was learning from the mistake of Standard and why Standard is continuing. So something happened to American. By the way, they took the cage down, but there's way more of a bigger principle. Because when I was 18 at the doctor, they said no sexually active, but then they asked my mom, to go in for a second. What happened at school was I recognized somebody like Vanessa, literally, who was Omar's, cast friend too. Omar has a very, complex, relationship with me on my channel. Literally, from the time that he actually placed over at my house, all the way to the time where his freshman failed, literally, when he was riding the skateboard just like me. For the white boys trying too hard. And by the way, for Uncle Sonny, literally, the whole, story retreat, me, Omar, and, Uncle Iro is going to be up on my channel. Politically. What happened was there was this girl named Vanessa who was a freshie just like him, right? What ended up happening was she was trying, to make me get her, Lily. She showed her butt crack, Lily. She was always on Tumblr, Lily, on the toilet. And what happened was, Lily, she is the whole reason why I beat my brother. It is true. It is very true, because what happened was she cast a spell. It's my entire body. So that's what happened, Lily, when I headbutted Chris, after all that shit. What ended up happening was I contemplated a lot about how I beat my brother at 30. You know why? Because the domestic violence crew pushed Asperger's and said it was too low of a beating, and what I did was I made them realize, yo, I was benching 140 at the time because I weighed 140, I didn't bench my own weight, so it's equivalent to me hitting with those weights over and over again at the gym. Even though it wasn't 200, which was, the main fight from Chris with Country, I recognized it was bad all around, and so what Chris did is he actually bumped fists with me at the end of the fight saying, yo, and I actually figured out what was on Chris's mind. Like, literally, you did the exact same thing I was doing where I danced around saying I don't want to deal with your mental condition, and I didn't fight fair, Lily, so I know you gotta ask for an envy or when you're gonna see something cool, but when he asked for it, Lily, let me know how cool my personality was. I did all that at 30. Happened was, as I kept going, I heard a voice when I headbutted Chris for the third time, like, Eris, don't do it like Vanessa, like, this is real life, you can't be fucking with somebody. Literally, all because I was the one playing hard to get, and that's a very big, serious principle. What happens when girls have multiple options and you can't take control. But anyway, there's even more truths for this video that, American was a part of a fraternity, Lily, and that Mr. Pleasure had, agree with Omar to a certain extent that the school is going to get in trouble. And that's where they keep doubling implying, and it's true. It's very true. What I figured out, Lily, about Ring, fucking all those girls and recognizing, why Ring is expanding your mind is the exact same reason why sex is everything is at once, the exact same reason why it's selfish. But hey, Lily, let's get to a really big confession on my channel where it comes around it, the Nas character and Erica. What happened was I recognized the bigger principle since sees the reason why, I gave up on partying, but why I got to party in the first place. I recognized something grounder like why, domestic violence is, activate, multiple nerves of inflammation. There was a running gag when I was playing Versus Battles, on my channel, literally. There was this guy from the early 2000s, everybody knows I do my research on that. He was wearing a mask, he was looking like Deadpool, he was as strong as me when I was doing the thing with Dwayne The Rock. And what he was somebody who stood up for, mystic battlers, with the contradiction of always talking about the early 2000s. What happened was, literally, I think his name was Alex something, his mom was like, you're more sexy than, the sky and the moon, this and that. If you don't stop trying too hard to fit in, a retard is gonna outshine you. What happened was there was a retard that did 3 things to lose some shady.